Hello, everyone. This is Lakeisha Maddox. Yes, I am in the house, and thank you for joining me. I am excited about this call. Today's call is about being the change that you want to see. Being the change that you want to see. I don't know. Well, first let me start off and say that this call is only on Mondays, and it's supposed to be for 30 minutes. I'll give and take 15 to 30 minutes, depending on if people come out with their concerns and their thoughts and, whatever that they want to share with us about the topic. And so it just really kind of depends, 15 to 30 minutes. But let me say this. I am so excited. So it's on Mondays, and the reason I made it on Mondays the beginning of the week, but also because I give like an assignment that we can work on to be a better woman throughout the week. So once again, like I said, my name is Lakeisha Maddox, and my name is Lakeisha Maddox, and today is Be the Change. Yes, I start on time, too. Let me tell you that. Be the change that you want to see. Be the change you want to see. I don't know. I got some notes that I'm going through that I wrote. I don't know what the change is or what your vision is for your life and the change that you want to see for yourself. Maybe you want to be a leader, a better mother or a better wife or, co-worker or maybe a better servant for the Lord. I don't know what your vision for your life is, but be the change that you want to see. If you're having issues and not liking yourself or you're just not happy at where you are in life, then guess what? It's time for a change. I'm going to give a quick testimony. It was a point in time I just didn't like where I was in my life. I was constantly just unhappy, and I was pointing the finger at my husband constantly. You this, you that, you don't make me happy. I'm miserable because of you, and I wasn't like this at first, and and then I just was pointing the finger at him, but in reality, guess who it was? It was me. It was me. I was looking for him to make me happy, and I can't look for nobody to make me happy. You cannot look for nobody to make you happy but you. And so I had to look at myself, and I had to really look at myself and write some things down and was like, am I really happy with who I am? Am I really happy with me? I started writing myself some questions. Keisha, do you like who you are? No. What is it that you don't like about yourself? I had to write all that stuff down. I had to go, and I went. And once I finished writing it down, I looked at myself in the mirror, and I literally started to tell myself those things. I started to read off my list. This is what I don't like about me, and I have to change this. You have to get real with you. You have to really get real with the person you are. Like Michael Jackson said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. You have to really get real with who you are. If you don't like where you're at now, then it's not up to nobody to change. It's not up to nobody to change you. Can't nobody change you. You have to change yourself. And that was where I was messing up. I just felt like that, he could make me happy. He could, he was doing the best he could. And I was feeling empty. But I'm looking for my happiness to come through him. No, your happiness comes through you. And I realized that. But I also had to stop complaining and start saying certain things to myself because a lot of things comes from complaining. Yes, we all complain. We broke. I'm fat. I don't like this. I don't like that. complain about attitudes, complain about the prison rate, complain about divorce rate. We complain about the lost culture and how people are acting today. We complain about so much stuff. It's ridiculous. And I'm putting myself in this too, because just this weekend I found myself complaining, and I was like, I don't even like this person right now. What do I have to complain about? I mean, I can find 1,000 things, well, I ain't going to say 1,000 things, but I can find some things that, that I can find some things that, people out there are in much worse situations than me. I am truly highly blessed. So, Keisha, why are you sitting here complaining about every daggone thing? It's too hot. It's this. It's that. I just got mad at myself and was like, just shut up. Just shut up, because you're complaining for no reason. But we have to learn how to be the change that we want to see. I know y'all heard about, don't talk about it, be about it. What that's really saying is stop talking about it and start doing. If you don't like who you are, if you want to be a successful leader, if you want to be a stay-at-home mom, stop talking about it and find ways to do it. Don't complain about it, because the more that you complain about stuff, and I realize this, the more you complain about stuff, the more the thing that you are complaining about comes, you give it more energy, and it's more effective in your life, right? I know, like, seriously, because I have complained about some things, and I'm like, oh, my goodness, drama. That's all I got is drama going on. That's all I ain't got is drama. And guess what? I'm complaining about it, and more drama comes, and more drama comes, and more drama comes. And it's like, seriously? So, really, you are giving all that negative energy, all that negative complaining. You ain't doing nothing but feeding it, and more complaining and more negative energy is going to come your way. So start thinking positive. Start speaking those positive things into your life. You know what? I am blessed and highly favored. I am not going to complain today. I am going to be productive. I am going to work towards my dreams. If I want to, open this business, or if I want to be this school teacher, whatever it is, I'm going to do 2 things today to work towards my dream. That's what I'm going to do. I'm no longer going to sit on my butt, procrastinate, and complain. I'm no longer going to do that, even if it's in marriage. Even if it's in marriage, be the change that you want to see. Or let me say this, in a relationship, but I am going to tell you this. I had to be the change that I wanted to see in my marriage. I read it somewhere online, be the change that you want to see. It was like a quote that somebody had posted one day, and I was just really not liking myself, just being honest. And I was like, you know what? I wonder if that works. We pumped up with these quotes and stuff, and we'll be like, hey, and we'll post them, but sometimes you're ministering to yourself. At least I know I minister to myself a lot of times when I'm posting things on Facebook. And I know if I'm ministering to myself, there's people out there that need to see it well also. So I'm like, So I'm like, does this really, be the change? Okay, so if I, want to be this leader, want to be successful, want to have this much money, if I want this in my marriage, the patience, the kindness, all this, get rid of the attitude. If I don't want him to have an attitude, then, do I even have an attitude? Well, whatever the case, let me just try and check it out and, let me do it. And you have to be consistent with it, y'all. You can't just be like, okay, well, I'm going to try it, and then, not really, just try it for a couple of weeks or a couple of days and be like, well, he's not changing. It's not about him. It's really not about him. It's about you, sister. So I was like, let me try this. And I really started focusing on me. And I let my husband know, listen, I was looking for you for my happy, looking to you to make me happy. I was looking, to make me happy. Obviously, I haven't been happy in a long, long time, but I was looking for you to fulfill something that you can't fulfill right now, that you can't fulfill. I was looking, to you for everything. That's why I kept pinpointing, you this, you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not doing this, you're not. But at the end of the day, it was all me. It's me. It was me. I had to learn how to be more patient. And I'm going to tell you something. Prayer works. Prayer works. I'm telling you. While you going through this and while you being the change that you want to see, that whole time you need to be praying. And I don't pray once, twice, three. Honey, I'm praying throughout the whole day. I'm constantly praying. When I get in the car, I'm constantly praying, literally. Prayer works. And so I was like, okay, Lord, now I'm just going to work on me like you're telling me to. I'm going to focus on me and being a better person. I can't focus on him, even though you know how women, how we try to change a man so quickly. Well, you ain't doing this and you ain't doing that. I was trying to change him so bad to what I wanted him to be instead of who he really was. And so, you know, I kept on just complaining, and I started changing. I started being more patient with him, more kindness. I started, you know, getting rid of the attitude, you know, and I'm not saying that you ain't going to have an attitude every now and then, but at least when you have an attitude, and if that man changes, after all the changes that you know, is doing and he notices it, then let me tell you something, ladies. You know, I'm not no pro in no relationships, but I am going to tell you that it's not something that's going to happen overnight. You can't expect him to change in 3 days, a week, a month, you know, maybe not even 2 months. It's a process. But I am going to say, now, if you're doing all this changing, because, see, what happens is something starts working in you. Your heart starts changing, and you start feeling a whole lot better about you. And so if you're feeling a whole lot better about you, you start evaluating, dang, is he worth keeping? You start looking at people different. Hey, is he worth keeping? And I know my husband was. He started changing himself. And so if you got somebody that you've been going through this process for a while, and he's still the same person, and he has no intentions on changing, and you just don't like it, and y'all not married, listen, I ain't going to tell you what to do, but, you know, just listen. I ain't the one to tell you what to do, but I'm just saying. So in the meantime, I was going through all these changes, and my husband was changing also. And he was changing. And like I said, be the change that you want to see. I wanted to see kindness. I wanted to see niceness, you know, let me say kindness, patience, forgiveness. I wanted to see these things in my marriage. And guess what? Once I started working on me and being a better person, then it started to show in my marriage. Whether you want to be a better sister, a better mother, a better friend, once you start being these things, guess what? You be the change that you want to see, and that change is bound to happen. It is bound to happen. If you want to be a successful leader, if you want to be on the leaderboard in a business, or, you know, go back to school and be a teacher, basically whatever your vision is, if you put in the action and start being that person, and start walking in that person or whatever it is that your vision is every single day, it is bound to happen. The universe is definitely going to coincide with you, and both of y'all are going to be, you know, it's going to happen. It is going to happen. The universe is going to definitely turn on your side and be that change that you want to see. But we definitely need to stop complaining. The only way, one of the ways, I'm sorry, you all. One of the ways that it's going, one thing that we have to stop doing is stop complaining, because all you're doing is bringing more negative energy. And if you call yourself wanting to be the change that you want to see, hopefully it's a positive change. You don't want no negative energy coming towards your way. So regardless of whatever situation, just, you know, and I know it's harder. It's easier said than done, because I just caught myself complaining. But I'm going to tell y'all one thing. I got on my own nerves. I was complaining so bad. I just had to literally say, just shut up, Keisha, because I really was getting on my own nerves because I was complaining just that bad. So let me see. But, you know, words are powerful. And whatever we tell ourselves, it is what it is. If we tell ourselves, oh, well, he ain't going to never change. Well, he's not, because you already done put it out there that he ain't going to change. If you tell yourself, I ain't going to change, then you're not. You're not. But you can't just sit up there and just think it's going to be hocus pocus and, oh, I want to be the change that I want to be. It takes work. Trust me. Me as a person, I've been going through this for like months. And I'm still going through it. You ain't never going to be perfect, because there's no perfect person in this world. So you're going to have an imperfected relationship. You're going to be an imperfected mother. You're going to be an imperfected friend. You're going to be an imperfected wife or, sister, because there's no perfect person on this earth. But what I'm saying is, the more that you give towards the change that you want to see, the more you're going to receive. And so you have to change your actions, not your circumstances. So there's 3 things. Hold on. That was part of my 3 simple steps. There's 3 simple steps that you have to 3 simple steps that you need to follow in order to start being the person that you want to see, or being the change that you want to see. One is change your actions, not your circumstances. Okay, for instance, if y'all arguing and y'all just, getting loud with it, you don't have to get loud with him. Please. You don't have to get loud. You don't have to get loud with him, because eventually what's going to happen, because I've been there too, what's going to happen is he's getting all loud and riled up. But then when he see you over just being, okay, so why are you loud? We can talk like adults. After a while, y'all going to talk like adults. After a while, he's not going to be loud no more. After a while, he's going to calm down, because he's not getting the same reaction that, he's not getting the same reaction he's giving off. So after a while, it's going to calm down. If your girls are all into these reality shows or whatever, and you choosing to read a book about wealth or about how to better yourself, read that book. Because eventually, either they going to kick it with you and they going to start reading those books, or they're going to, be like, well, she's into her own thing, and, they're going to start, I'm sorry to say, but they're going to start hating or, distancing themselves from you. Once you try to be a better person, see what happens when you try to be a better person, a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people want you to stay stuck where they are, or they don't want you to grow. They want you to stay where they are, or they want you to be beneath them, because that gives them some sort of power. That gives them some sort of power. I don't get it. I am always one of these people that wants, hey, I'm going to empower you to the fullest. What do you want to, let me check in. You want to write a book? Okay, I got that. I know somebody who can, I'm always willing to empower women and men. I've always been one of them people. I am not no hater, and I just don't understand how, people, they want you to be on the same level as them, or they want you to be beneath them. They don't want you higher or to try to grow yourself. It's so frustrating at times. But change your actions, not your circumstance, because everybody's going to argue. You're going to have some disagreements, but you don't have to scoop to that other level. If you don't want to raise don't raise your voice. Let that other person. It ain't even got to be your husband, your man. It could be your sister, your friend, whatever. Let them make a fool out of themselves. You ain't got to, you ain't got to go there. Address your weaknesses. And that's what I was saying is I had to address my weaknesses. I wrote down my weaknesses, what I did not like about myself, what I was unhappy with in my life. I looked at myself in the mirror, and I said those things to myself because I had to address that. You don't have to look at no mirror. You can just simply just write it down. But I felt like that was what I needed to do. I needed to come and be real with me because ain't nobody else going to be real with me, so I have to be real with me. God's going to be real with me. Jesus is going to be real with me. But humanly, and I needed that. And so I was like, okay, listen, I'm going to write this down. What I know, it may hurt to, say these things about myself. It may hurt to look at myself in the mirror and really see this person that I just don't like. It hurts, but at the end of the day, I need to figure out, okay, what I need to change about me. So I had to address my weaknesses and strive to constantly improve as the days, weeks, and months continue. Like I said, it's not going to be an overnight thing. It's not going to be a couple of days thing. It's not going to be a week thing or a month thing. This is something that is forever going on. If you want to be a better person, you are forever growing each and every day. If you stop growing, then you're dying, literally. You're just dying. If you stop growing, then you're dying. And so that is my favorite saying, because it's true. And so my thing is, you may not see it physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you are just dying. And so it's constantly, every day, working on yourself to be a better human being than you was before, a better version of you than you was the day before. So if you don't develop the habits to be the change you want to see, then naturally you will continue to experience more of what you don't like, which is whatever situation that you may be in. So complaining only adds energy to the thing that you're complaining about. Don't be part of the problem. Let's all be part of the solution. So that is my call for today. And let me tell you what the assignment is going to be. The assignment that I am given is, let me go and find it. I don't know what happened here, y'all, but sorry. I took some notes because, if I don't take notes, I'm always all over the place. I really feel like sometimes I do have ADHD, but I had to take some notes. Okay. Because sometimes I can be here, there, and a little bit of everywhere. But see, I can be real with myself because I know it about me. But listen, so check this out. So the assignment is, every time you feel yourself about to complain, pause and say, cancel that out loud. Those words will cancel any negative energy that was about to be created from the complaint. So, ladies, this is not no hard assignment. It's just that simple. Whenever you're about to complain about something, say anything negative, say cancel that, and come back to something positive. Because those words will cancel any negative energy that was about to be created from the complaint. Seriously. So that's our assignment for the week. After so long, I guess I'm going to be saying cancel that. I'm sure, y'all, tomorrow is going to be the first day. I'm sure I'm going to be hollering, cancel that, cancel that. People are going to be looking at me like I done lost my man. What? Cancel that in the grocery store line. Cancel that, seeing something I didn't like or thinking something negative. So anyway, but that's our word of the week. It's cancel that. So this is my call for today, and that's pretty much it. Anybody got any questions, concerns? You can push *5 to get on. Any questions, concerns, thoughts about be the change that you want to see? I done worked up and got hot. Okay, well, that's my call for today. Love you all. Once again, on Mondays at 9 o'clock, join me. I will be posting it on my Facebook page on Mondays at 9 o'clock. Next week, I'll be putting what the topic is for next week. You can probably check it out, and it'll probably be up. I'll say it'll be up on probably Sunday and Saturday. Over the weekends, I will post the topics. But, okay, love you all. This is Woman's Words. Love you. Have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you later. Ciao.